Hello everyone. Well, it is our last fancy fold card. Vicki did not do the did not share one last week. She had a lot going on, some personal issues, and she just needed a break. So we said, okay, fine, but she's supposed to be doing it this week. I hope she does. If not, it's just me. Since this is the last fancy fold, I wanted to go all out, and I had this idea. I don't know if it's going to work. We'll find out. I am going to use the Frozen Edges stamp set. It's new in the annual the mini catalog, and I will be honest with you. I got it for that sentiment, snuggle up and hope for snow, and no other reason. I thought, maybe. I love that snowflake. It's very pretty. I have used that. I haven't used those. All right, so I'm going to need a scrap of Shimmery White cardstock. Now, I have some of this left. If you do, check your stash. If not, Google it. Somebody will show you how. I think it's Sherry Stokovich. I'm not certain how to say her last name, but she has a video showing you how you can make your own. I have found it in my stash, and then I found a place where I can get it, so I will be buying it. Okay, I needed another scrap of the Shimmery White. I am using the Winter Meadow DSP. I specifically chose this one with the trees because it looks kind of snowy. And then this is the back piece to it. All right, I have a card base. And I'm doing a Z-fold card, but it's the kind that has the pieces, I don't know what you call it. It's got the things you'll see in it. But I've scored it. It's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I've scored it at like 2 3/4 and 5 1/2, something like that. Measurements are on my blog. I am then using the Frozen Edges dies. I'm going to use the snowflake because I am using that snowflake that I love. I am using the snowflake edgelet, and I'll show you what I did with that, and the icicle edgelet. I need Lost Lagoon ink and my hexagon punch. I almost said hexagon hide. Boy, that's a ways away. Let me show you a few things. Now, when I started doing this, I did my Shimmery White first, and it was like, okay, it wasn't making sense because it didn't cut out. Well, it doesn't cut the whole thing out. It only cuts out pieces. Like if it cuts that out, it separates it all, and it's not connected to that unless you break it, and then that's not. So this one's going to be a trick to use, but I think I've got a way to use it. All right. This one is the icicle, and I figured out that if you take and you put this piece on here and stop cutting here, then you can take it and this edge lines up, and I'll show you how I did it. It cut to here the second time. So what I did was I took this piece and lined it up with that cut, and I put my plate, let me see, I put my plate right here. So I didn't cut any of that because if you do, it's going to cut it off. And then I cut the rest of the way. When I did this piece, I put my plate here and I stopped cutting right about there. It took some finagling, but I got it, and I really like the way it turned out. So let me show you. All right. So there's my, and I might have to trim that and that. Sometimes you just got to do a little trimming because you don't want to cut something that's not supposed to be cut. All right. And I've got to get it in here, and I've got to cut up this way. All right. There. And actually, you have two pieces. I'm going to use this one because it's thicker and it needs to be thicker. I don't know. I might use that one. I think I'll see what it does. This piece I need to score at 5.5 and then at 8 1/4. All right, so I've got it scored. Let's get our card put together. All right, now this folds over in half. And if you don't have a scoreboard, you can easily do this without it. Just fold your paper in half, cut it. This piece is folded back this way. All right, so there's our Z fold. All right, this piece is going to go at the bottom, and because it was so fragile, what I did was I put a piece of Pool Party on the back. I should have used, and I don't know if I can get it off without tearing it up. Oh, it is. All right, hold on. Let me do that. Let me switch it. Okay, normally this would not have been a problem, but I had already scored it. All right, so I'm going to put this down even, and I pulled my tape all off, and I probably shouldn't have, so I have to be very careful as I put this down. I want that piece that's sticking there off. All right, there we go. Ooh. Change it up a bit. There. Now, all right, got that. So there it's set. Now, I'm going to put this piece on here, like so. And this is cut 1/4 of an inch smaller on all sides. And this piece goes in the next one. So let me turn this way and put that one on. Just make sure you put it on the right way. And there. And then this piece goes here. And you have to put these pieces on before you do the other pieces, because you're, what am I going to say? You're attaching your pieces. Now, let me see which one I want to use. You know, this one is better, but it's too wide, so I'm going to cut a little off of it. Okay, that's what I'm going to go with. I don't want it any thicker or thinner than that. All right, this piece goes over, and this goes on here, and I'm putting it even with the top. So I basically have to put, and I'm going to use double-sided tape because it'll give me some extra support. All right, let's see. What do I have here? All right, I'm going to cut it there, if I can get my scissors out. All right, and then this piece gets folded like this. So it gets a mountain. This gets a valley. So it goes like this in the card. And you may have to do some finagling with those icicles. There. And I need some tape on the back of this. Once you get it on there, you can do some adjusting as needed. All right, so let me put this one on first. So this piece goes on here like so, even with the top. All right. This piece, oops, trying to use my fingernail and I should be using my pokey tool. This piece goes here even with the top. All right. And see, then it folds up. Now that needs to be folded over, so I just kind of bend it with my finger. So there's our icicles. Oh, cute. Now let's do our snowflakes. All right. And we're going to do the same thing here. Let's see, the snowflakes are down here, so it goes to right about the middle of here. So let me get some tape on the back of this, like so. And since I have the space, I'm going to add another strip. These snowflakes are really, and then this is the piece that's scored, so I know I have to put it on this. Really fragile, so I'm going to do them up good. And then we can put this one on. Okay, let me get this one off. I didn't burnish. There's that. I'm going to come down here and burnish this one. All right. And I didn't fold this, but this gets folded here. And again, you got to play with it. And then this one gets folded here. Where's the fold line? There it is. Okay. All right, now this one goes on the bottom. All right. And then we're going to take these off. This is my first play with these dies, so it's interesting, to be honest with you, okay, there we go. All right, now you will have to bend these around when you put it in your envelope, like so. And then it sits up like that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my sentiment and my snowflakes. So let me grab my, oh, did I not grab my Lost Lagoon? Yeah, I did. It's underneath of this. All right, I'm going to stamp a couple of snowflakes. And I have to be careful because this is glossy cardstock. Let's do 3. And we'll see how that goes. And then I'm going to stamp my sentiment. All right, down here in the corner. You've got to be careful not to move it because it can be kind of slick. All right, now let me take, and I'm going to cut my snowflakes first. They've had some chance to dry. I want that to dry some. Okay, I've got my snowflakes punched, or die cut, I should say. Now let's do our sentiment. So I'm going to put this in here. And I'm trying to line it up. It's upside down, but I want to make sure it's in there straight. Yep. Punch it out. Okay. Now I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to put it up on dimensionals. And my snowflakes, I'm going to put flat. All right. Let me get that, and one more here. Let me take my backs off. Okay, that is going to go right there. All right, let me get my glue dots. Let me see here. Got to start a new one. So I'm going to put one there, one there, and one there. All right, now I need to think about where, why is that acting up? There we go. Make sure you get those folds right. Let's put one here. All right, and we'll put one there. Let me put the back on here before I put my hands in it and they stick to it. And let's do one here. And there it is, a cute card using those dies. I like the icicles. Jury's still out on this one. And it'll open up and sit up like that. I might need to put some glue here on the edges just because it's sticking up, and I think I will. And then what I also did was I took a piece of white, stamped it to put it on the back with that snowflake, and did an envelope. This way you have some place to write. Make sure you head on over to Vicky's channel. I've got the link below, and see what she came up with this week. I am sure you will love her fancy fold. Thanks for watching. Have a sensational Sunday. Bye.